Welcome to the Northern Knits Podcast. We are two sisters in fiber coming to you from the same location again. Woohoo! In Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. Believe it or not, if you're a long-time listener or watcher, it's not something we manage all the time. Though we live in the same city, it's kind of sad.
Yep.
I'm Jocelyn.
I'm Diana.
And somewhere in this film, you're going to see us looking off camera a lot because my cat's moving around because Diana's sitting in her spot right now. So there's going to be a bit of an issue. Or she'll do what she did last time and like wedge herself in and not give us a spot. So theoretically, we are a knitting podcast complete with quadruped today till she gets sick of us and goes away. And Diana can let you know what we're going to cover this week on the podcast, maybe. She's getting cat cuddles.
I am. We're going to cover some What's in Our Cup, Woolly Workings, Fiber Flubs, Yarn on the Go,
She made herself comfy now.
So Little Time, and events, I think. I don't know, the cat laid down.
Yes, events. Yeah. Yeah, I hope you didn't want to actually write in that book the next little bit, because you're not.
Yep, I know.
Okay.
I'm okay with this.
Alright, shall we start with What's in Our Cup?
Yeah.
We were just outside doing knit club in the sun, so I'm inside drinking warm tea now instead of cold tea.
I'm still drinking cold tea, which is now room temperature after having sat outside for a couple of hours.
It's inside, it's warm tea time. I'm having some Madame Butterfly from Tea Desire, which is, Diana was reading, has peaches and sunflowers in it.
Yeah.
It's quite a nice light green tea, I really enjoy it.
You have pointy little feet, Phaedra.
She has really pointy little feet. I said I got bruises on my ribcage from where she walks on me in the morning. Just heavy.
I'm drinking some Iced Buddha's Blend, which is a green tea that smells like peaches. But I have iced it with frozen berries instead of ice cubes, which is why it's a lovely pink color. There's raspberries and blueberries in it.
My goodness. All the things. It was really tasty. I had some earlier today, so that works. Do we have anything else we really need to super cover sort of generalize? Oh, I'm brace free.
Ooh, yeah.
My wrist still hurts a bunch, but I'm allowed to go brace free, and if it hurts too much, then I'm required to put the brace back on. That's fine. I can do that, so it's just monitoring. I still can't knit for very long, but I do knit when I can. So that works. I'm still crocheting like a mad fiend.
I'm going to sit on your tail if you keep putting it there. If there's a sudden yowling sound, it's because I've accidentally sat on Phaedra's tail, which she's insisting on putting right next to my leg, right between the cushions. So if I move in exactly the wrong way, her tail is getting crushed. She doesn't seem to understand this.
She never does, so it's fine. She also likes to stop right in front of you, lie down on the floor while you're walking, and then gets mad when you walk into her. Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Oh, cat. My poor kitten.
Yeah.
She's getting pets. She's happy. All right. I suppose we can just jump right into Woolly Workings.
In fact, we can.
Well, I suppose I'm starting because I have more. Do you want me to start with finished objects, or...
Oh, sure. Let's start with the finished object.
Then it's down and out of the way? It's been a week, guys. I finished something.
Yep. I know.
That's how this works for me. I finished the Butterfly Prayer Shawl, which I was crocheting out of the Pistachio Caron Cake colorway. I did a half crochet border around the edge, and then I finished that off with little picot edging.
It's so cute.
In addition to that, to sort of give the bottom part of the triangle a sort of finished off edge. So it's not as big as some of the other shawls I've made. I have not washed and blocked this yet, so I've not sort of pulled out the points to make them pointy. So they're super not pointy, but the bulk of the shawl is done, and as this is Sunday when we record and tomorrow is Monday, tomorrow is my wash and blocking day. So we will have another thing on the go and finished, and then I can take some photos and add it and update my stash goals, which is exciting.
Mm-hmm.
I know that I can knit again. I can start finishing off other projects, so I can get through that big old bin that's sitting on my kitchen table, dining room table.
How's the finishing the unfinished stuff as opposed to starting new stuff going?
This week, really well, because I can finally knit again. It helps. I only cast on one new thing this week, and that's because we're in a knit along for it, so I had to.
Fair. So,
I suppose I should keep going, hey? Because I've got another crochet project and 3 knitting things.
Yeah.
Yeah. While we were out at Knit Club today, I am working on the next chunk of squares in my Great Aunt Jerry's blanket. So I did a double crochet border all the way around, connecting the squares. And then these are my squares for my 365 days granny square. And then in between each of the squares, I'm doing a double crochet row bound together with a single crochet row. So I gotta keep going all the way down on that. Double crochet eats up a lot more yarn than single crochet does. So I am actually almost out of the ball of my first 200-gram ball of, no, Red Heart Fashion Soft in the charcoal colorways. So I don't have a lot of it left, so I really think I'm going down to Michael's this week and I'm getting another ball or two to finish up this blanket. I mean,
Just
having
intense,
said
'cause you
that,
bought a lot of that, didn't you?
I bought two 200-gram balls. So a double crocheting takes more yarn than a single crochet does. And I still want to down the length of these. Once I've got all the little spaces filled up, I'm going to go down the length with another round of double crochet and then a single crochet that together, and then I need a border.
So many steps.
There's a lot of steps. It'll look really good when it's done. The gray was excellent to help balance out quite all of the colors in my 365-day granny squares. Because there's a lot of colors in my 365-day granny squares. So many colors. You guys, this only uses like 60 or 70 squares. Possibly closer to 80 if I put more squares in the border I'm making. So I got a lot of squares left to go.
Yeah.
That's fine. It's a big project. I'm going to be done before Stash Dash is over, but I wanted to get 2 blankets done, and that's when you're crocheting and you're double crocheting, that's almost 10,000 meters. Because if you think about it, I've got over 400 meters in each of the 200-gram balls.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to have 3 or 4 of them, plus all of the crochet I already put into the squares.
Shush.
Is she purring too loudly for you?
Just being noisy and having a bath and purring. She's having a grand old time over here
She's
just off
comfortable.
camera.
She's fine. She's good. Happens all the time. Just wait. And now you know why it takes me so long to do work? Because, let's be honest, she's right that close to me when I'm trying to type or sew or work on anything or cook dinner or sleep. Go to the bathroom. There's
She's
no
just
personal
so
space.
helpful.
She thinks she's helpful. I don't know about that. Alright, I've got 3 other things. Do you want to go?
Yes, I have 3 things. I'm going to start with the small thing.
Mm.
So, dragon fiber bags.
This stuff doesn't leave my house. It doesn't get project bags.
So I have my French sock pattern. Les chaussettes de la Schtroumpfette. That was the wrong way. It's all tangled.
My mom was looking at her Instagram, like the Northern Knits podcast Instagram, which you guys should follow if you don't. And she was like, when were you in a boardroom knitting on a sock? I'm like, that wasn't my sock, Mom. She's like, oh, Diana's knitting on the sock yarn I bought. I'm like, yeah, she's knitting on the sock yarn you bought for her. So my mom bought you the sock yarn.
Yeah, well, thank you, Jocelyn's mom.
Yeah, so she picked the colors, so she was paying. And I said, that was totally fair.
So these are out of Mid-Knit Cravings.
Mm-hmm.
The Speckle, which is a white base with some different shades of blue and a little bit of a mustardy yellow, which isn't really picking up on camera. So it's white with blue speckle. That is called Cinema.
Some
Showed off on the
colors,
front.
like Stellina, just don't show up really well on video.
Yeah. Let's show off the front side there. So there's all the lovely speckle, called Cinema. And then the matching teal color, which some of the speckles are, is Curtain Call. And I'm only mostly following the Les Chaussettes de la Schtroumpfette pattern. I don't know what toe that pattern uses. That pattern used a flap and gusset heel, and I'm doing a fish lips kiss heel. The only part of the pattern I'm actually following is the leg part, where I'm doing this cute little cable right up the back, which I'm having a lot of fun with. I realized I hit this part of the pattern while I was in the middle of my bus ride, didn't have a cable needle, so I'm like, okay, phone, YouTube, tell me how to knit cables without a cable needle. So I learned how to do that on a bus.
Sweet.
And so now I can do that. And I also learned how to read my knitting and count my rows in my cables. Because you can see minor fiber flub. I got it wrong by a row on the second bit. You can't really tell, except next to all the other ones. It's just slightly closer, and I don't care.
If someone's that close to your foot, they better have paid you money.
Pretty much. So, yeah, cute little cable right up the back. What am I referencing? Oh, the nice little ponytail coming right out the back. Stephanie's Ponytail by Robert Munch.
Okay. There you go.
Yeah, there was a reference in there somewhere and I couldn't quite find it. cute little cable right up the back.
It's very cute.
So
Looks
I'm
really
having
good.
a lot of fun with these, and they're just about done. Got another,
And then that's the first sock done?
about 3 inches and then a cuff. So I'm going to finish off the body of the sock and then not do the cuff yet, and then do the other sock to make sure that I have enough yarn to do them the same,
Okay.
and then I'll do the cuffs.
Okay, that's fair.
Because I don't mind having non-matching socks, so they're just like fraternal twins. I really hate when a sock is taller than the other and they're supposed to be a pair.
Okay, that I can, yes. Yeah, I can wear mismatched socks if they're the same height, but I can't wear mismatched socks if they're different heights.
Yeah, they
That
need to be
bugs
the
me.
same height. I don't care if the striping pattern is the same. Heck, I don't even color hair if they're actually from the same pair. They just have to be the same height.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that one. I don't need to have
So.
matching socks. They just need, yeah.
They
same
need to
height.
match in height.
Yeah, I can't wear a shorty and a regular length sock. That's weird.
So I'm gonna make sure they're the same height. Is it me again?
You have 2 things left?
Mm-hmm.
I can go because then we can intersperse. I am finishing up my northern, my very first pattern release. So my
Mhm.
Northern Plains shawl. So for the test knitters that are out there, I'm sending an updated version of the pattern because I've found some mistakes and errors as I'm doing my editing. So I will send out a newer version for everybody because I can. So it should be out and published shortly.
So
Because
we're not friends.
this is, well, when a cat's done being petted, they just tell you
She's apparently done.
she's done. You're finished now.
Okay.
Yeah, so I am finishing this. I am making this out of Midnight Cravings yarn. These are 2 different colorways. One is, ooh, heavens. The ball bands are on the desk behind my keyboard.
It was, I think I remember the key. It was Beach Glass and Geode.
Yes. Geode is the gray color with the purple specks in it. I will show the pattern here in a second, or the shawl here in a second. And it's got some stellina in it, so you got a bit of sparkle. So pretty. And Beach Glass is this really wonderful blue color. So
It's like
I am...
I don't even know. It's like blue that's got some green in it, but you would not call it green in any way.
No, yeah.
It's on the greener end of the blue, definitely blue
Scale.
spectrum.
Yeah. So no, it's quite delightful. So I'm well into my increases for the asymmetrical or decreases for my asymmetrical shawl. So there we go.
Ooh, it's
I'm almost done.
stripey.
Yep. So I've got my pattern. I got ends like nobody's business to weave in.
Oh my goodness.
But that's okay. Weaving in ends doesn't actually take that long, so it's fine. I'm in the middle here, so I'm almost done, and then I got my big bind off, and then I'm finished. So
That looks so nice.
I may honestly finish this week, weave in the ends, update my patterns, and just put the pattern live.
Yeah?
Yeah. If we do that, keep an eye out on the Instagram account and the Facebook group, because we'll totally post notes and notifications in there for everybody. So
For sure.
because it seems like a good place to put it. So now that I can knit, I'm putting my time, and this will again count towards Dash Dash as well too. So I am super excited, and this freaking yarn has been delightful to knit in.
Mhm.
I cannot wait to see the Midnight Craving girls again and buy more.
It's wonderful and
So
soft.
pretty.
And beautiful.
I have 2 more skeins for a Chrissy shawl from the Stitchin' Sisters. They're Cozy Up Knits now. That needs to happen because Sarah's the only shawl that's left, and I think hers is being published here shortly. So I'm like, uh-oh.
Mm-hmm.
I want to have a shawl from every sibling. I gotta knit faster.
I need more hours in the day.
Yeah, I have the Jamie shawl done. I have the Katie shawl done. Now I need to do the Chrissy shawl and then the Sarah shawl. So, but I have the yarn for the Chrissy shawl, and Sarah's shawl doesn't exist yet. So I'm good to go. I'm good to go, guys. Get it done and get it updated. So do that. But that's. I only have 2 other things that I've been puttering with.
As do I.
Woohoo! Oh, you can go next.
Other Dragon Fiber bag. Teacups! Teacups!
This lives by my keyboard at my computer desk, so that when I'm taking breaks, I can knit on a couple of rows.
He loves a nice teacup bag. Here, grab
Oh
my
my
pattern.
god!
Okay. In the fancy teacup bag, we have the bedecked with 28 some odd stitch markers. There's 28 repeats, so there should be 27 stitch markers and a progress keeper on here.
So yeah, 28.
So I'm going to show you the pretty side, because one side I've just got clippy stitch markers. This is the pretty side. It has the pretty stitch markers. So I'm
heavens.
well into chart 3 now.
Okay.
Let's spread that out a little bit so you can kind of see what's going on. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So much stuff going on in this one. There's decreases and yarn overs and twisted decreases and pearls. There's pearls in it now. And there's, wow. But
You guys, I must be crazy because I'm literally going to go buy my beads and make my own shawl like that really shortly.
But you can see that is where I was last week after the podcast. So I have done.
You've made a lot of progress.
I have done over an inch. I did over an inch this week.
Which is good because your deadline's coming up hard and fast.
Oh yeah. I have scheduled myself very particularly, my sleeping schedule, such that I get exactly the amount of sleep I need and I knit right up to bedtime.
I'm sure that's romantic for your fiance.
Whatever, he's watching the sports ball and the esports right now,
Oh,
so
then
he's
he's fine.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm watching the
sports
esports
ball.
Sometimes I'm watching the sports ball too. I don't care about the sports ball, but we're in the same room, so we're being alone together.
I like that time. That's like good couple time.
It is, where you're in the same room and
But you're doing your own thing.
yeah, and it's not
just,
awkward at all. I feel like a relationship's at a good spot when you can do that.
Beautiful sort of marker for a relationship if you can do that.
Oh, so I should say the pattern for that shawl, that is my wedding shawl.
Yes.
The pattern is the Even Star shawl by Susan Pandorf. The motif that is really hard to show off right now while it's all scrunched up. What are you doing, Kat?
She doesn't normally have a quadruped, so this is all jarring and new for her.
Get off.
No. She will give you no personal space.
No, apparently not. Even Star shawl. The main motif is it's like the Even Star pendant from the Lord of the Rings movies is the main motif in this shawl, and then it's otherwise just like leafy patterns and like a whole ring style. It's a circular shawl, obviously.
So
couldn't tell.
pretty.
So
Circular shawls, pie shawls, and half pie shawls. Those are the only types of shawls I haven't done yet.
yep. Well,
And lace weights. So like I'm beading. So three of the three things on my I've never done them list. So happening shortly.
I have done so many things. I am not scared of lace anymore. I don't have any fiber flubs on this week.
That's amazing. That's
I
really
did
good.
awesome. I was even drinking while I was knitting on this, so maybe something snuck in there, but the stitch counts are still working out, so it's actually great. And also, while I drink and knit lace, I care a whole lot less about making a mistake, so I actually go faster because I'm less scared about making a mistake. So I may continue drinking scotch and soda while knitting on this because that seems to make it go faster. I have also, in preparation for Icon coming up, my big thing this weekend was I was watching Fairy Tail.
Fairy Tail.
So I'm well into the Magic Games arc now.
Excellent. The Magic Game arc is delightful.
It really is. I'm
It's
quite enjoying it.
It's so good. It's just so much character growth. Oh, it's so
I'm
cute.
also enjoying all the new characters, like that one chick that has the fire hair.
Hey, Blondie.
She's so weird.
creepy.
And also, who has magic hair? It's just weird.
It's so weird. See, look, I'm done my row now.
So, yeah.
You can see we're shrinking.
Yep.
I'm gonna get one more cast off, so we'll have a nice dramatic angle here
I'm just
shortly.
gonna fondle your shawl for a minute.
Go for it.
Oh, it's so pretty, and it's got this lovely texture. Oh,
And it's
texture on
not
this side.
this version isn't the big one, so I've got a big one which I'll have all the math and stuff for everybody. But I'm gonna publish the small one because I don't have time to start and finish a big shawl and get my other stuff complete. So
So pretty.
yes, but I've definitely made it and I'm putting them through the instructions. So if you're doing it where you have 4 skeins, 2 of each color,
Oh.
then you can double the size of the shawls. So if you like the bigger, squishier shawls, I've done the math and how often you need to do the pattern repeats to get the same look in the shawl itself.
I'm really into this I-cord.
I love I-cord.
Really into this.
I'm
just gonna,
so
like,
just
chill out
and when
for a
you
minute.
when you put it at the end of your shawl, so this gives away nothing. To do an I-cord edging at the edge of your shawl, on one row you're slipping 3 with your yarn in front,
Yeah.
and on the opposite side you're just knitting those 3 stitches,
So good.
and it gives such a beautiful border without having to do a border. You've done your fancy edging as you make your shawl. It just makes so much sense.
Love it.
And
it's
in the
like
case of
stretchy
this-
too, but it's not like too stretchy.
It's
so
not too
it, like,
stretchy. Yeah.
It
So
holds its shape, but it's not like
Yeah.
stiff.
But you're not going to get that curling you get with
That's
knit stitches, which is beautiful, because that can be a problem for some people. So yeah, no, I'm super excited. So, all right.
I'm excited for that too.
I was able to put a couple of rows of work into my socks, which always live in my Erin Lane bag, which is a Lord of the Rings themed bag. Can you tell we like Lord of the Rings here, folks?
We're not fantasy nerds.
Oh no, I am. Spent all week listening to The Waking Fire, which has been absolutely beautiful. It's by Criminis, can't remember the author's name. Anyway, it's about dragons. Go figure. But it's quite delightful. So this are my socks that I started last month, and I'm not done. Here's a shock. This time I have a legitimate excuse. I wasn't allowed to knit for almost 3 weeks. Yeah, it was almost 3 weeks. I wasn't allowed to knit, so. These are my Dreaming of Spring socks, done up in the Dare For You colorway, Dreaming of Spring. I have finally mastered my toe box, so I'm excited. So if the heel works out this way, works out and I really like the heel, I'm going to try the Fish Lips Kiss heel this month. Then I will have a sock recipe, which means then I can start looking at different sock patterns. Because I have a toe box I like, I have a heel that I like, and a cuff is a cuff is a cuff. So I can then start taking a look at patterns and trying different types of socks, like Hermione's everyday sock or something.
The cuff isn't necessarily a cuff. I mean, you could do 2x2 or 1x1 or like 3x1, or you could do the twisted rib that makes it look like a cable.
No, I'm gonna do 2x2.
Or you can do the standard cuff.
I'm gonna do a standard cuff. 1x1, I forget what it is that I'm doing, and then it doesn't look good. And twisted rib, I almost always inevitably put it down and then forget where I am. But 2x2, I'm programmed for it. So.
A loud cat.
She's not actually loud. Like nobody can hear her but you.
I know, but she's right next to me. Like, what are you doing? Making all these little grunting noises. Like, how much effort are you putting into this bath?
A lot. Cats are very fastidious about their cleaning.
Okay. Final thing?
For you, yeah, and then I got one more. It's the same thing.
It is the same thing. Sorry, Pedro, I'm not going to drop my knitting on you.
No. Well, it wouldn't be the first time today.
So this is not technically a project bag. This is a bag from a robotics conference. RoboCup 2014, in fact.
That's fine. It counts.
It's just so bright and cheery, and it holds all the yarn I need it to. So I did the first little cast on bit, and that is it. This was my treat for having accomplished things in my wedding shawl. Okay, there we go. So I've cast on with my color A, which is Weekend Thoughts by Cog Yarns. So it is this white with a purple speckle, which I feel like the purple, I don't know, the purple speckle is more, oh, there we go. There's a nice spot where the purple speckle is visible. I was going to say it was more visible in the skein, but no, it was just the part of the ball I was holding. So that's good.
Cake.
Cake. Yes, it's a cake.
Like ball. No, I didn't wind those into balls. I made them cakes.
Yes, you did.
I'd still be winding if I was doing that. Ooh.
I know, that's why I got you to wind them. So there's my first little section of 8 rows. That's really getting blown up by that light. Oh well. It's mostly white anyway. With my lovely bright orange stitch marker marking the front of my work.
Yeah.
So this is my first time doing an I-cord edge, and this was my first time doing an I-cord edge start, and I had to do it twice, and I almost ripped it out a third time. I'm like, nah, it's a Stephen West pattern, man, just go for it. Just give her. And I did, and it worked out just fine, actually. It looks fine. So that's cool. And it's not as difficult as I thought. I am doing this on a needle size, a half size smaller than he called for, but
That's
I'm also...
because you don't have spare 4mm.
I also don't have spare 4mm, but I'm knitting this one left-handed, so
Right,
continental.
the continental, which changes your gauge.
And
yeah.
I knit so much looser continental, like, this is not my normal gauge.
No, that is not your normal gauge at all. That's a lot looser.
It's a
for
lot
you with that
looser,
size.
yeah. So it's interesting. I'm having to learn how to purl left-handed, because the way that I was doing it before, when I did my Rivers Wrap left-handed too.
Yeah, because you were working on the continental stitch.
Yeah. So there's a method called Norwegian purling that apparently a lot of left-handed people find... I'll stop holding this up because it's not much to look at.
Speaking as a left-handed knitter, yes, the Norwegian purling is a
Yeah.
lot easier to do than...
But the way the pearls
Standard
go in this
English
one,
throwing.
without wishing to give out the secret sauce, the way the pearls work in this one, that method doesn't really work.
You're gonna have to do the traditional pearl?
I have to do the traditional pearl, so I have to really think about it really, really hard.
You ever see me staring at something while we're doing this? Because I'm thinking about my purling.
So that's that. I'm done the very first section. I'm ready to start my wedge 1 in color B, which is going to be, what did I say? It was going to be the copper, the naturally dyed copper.
We have the photo on our Instagram in
Yeah.
order for colors. I'm going
Right,
to
yes, it was this one.
update. I'm going to update my project page, so all of my specific colors for each of them are going to be labeled in on the project page on Ravelry, and I will link it to our group, which is the Northern Knits podcast group on
Oh wow,
Ravelry.
this really blends in with my shirt.
So it really does.
It really does. So this is my color B that I will be starting on next time I super need a break from my wedding shawl. I'm going to treat myself with doing a couple rows on my exploration station. Exploration station. I can say words. I can English.
Should tell everybody why we're doing the same shawl.
Oh yeah, because this is the hashtag across the prairie shawl. No,
Across the prairies, cow.
Across the prairies cow.
And now you know why I do the Instagram hashtagging. Hey, we have till the end of September.
Which is good.
I've been seeing everybody else's shawls.
I know.
Oh my god, they're so pretty.
Like, I want to get on this too, but I need to finish this wedding shawl. So
I know.
I'm doing like a row here and there as my treat break
Yeah.
from the wedding shawl, because 560 stitches takes over half an hour.
You're gonna see a
then-
lot more progress out of me in August. I'll probably really
Yeah.
start it and really finish it in August.
Anyway, so
'cause
this is going to
I
be my color
suspect that'll be
B
when
that I'm in my
happens.
first wedge out of. Oh, God. Just look. There we go. There we go. So that's going to be my second wedgie bit.
Well, my crochet project for this week is your Natsu scarf. And my knitting project for this week, because I'm finishing this today, my mom has said she wants her dragon shawl. So
That's fair.
I'm pulling out the dragon shawl this week, and I've got to get that finished for my mom. So
Oh, I
that's
should
my
see
big
what yarn
knitting
this is
project
that I'm
this week.
holding up here.
Yes, you should. Is
Uh,
this Tog and Fell?
This is Tog and Thel. They're naturally dyed sock yarn.
There's that little fiber festival out in Lockport. I forget what days it is, though. It's in August.
Oh, I don't know.
I think. We'll have to double check to make sure we're not at your wedding that day.
Yeah.
But if we're not, we should go to Lockport, just borrow Chris's mom's car and
Yeah.
boogie out and go fiber shopping.
So this is naturally dyed copper. This greenish gray color that you would never think was copper. This is naturally dyed with copper.
I think it's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
I don't own any Tog and Fell yarn, and I feel like I need to correct that oversight.
Your cat is passed right out next to me.
Oh,
She's
yeah?
like right against me.
Oh yeah,
Like,
she
I don't wanna
use a
move.
buffer. Don't. If she's super comfortable with you, she'll also go belly up.
She sort of is.
So, well, normally she sleeps across those two cushions, like stretched lengthwise, belly up with her legs out.
Yeah, I'm in the kitty's sleeping space.
She mimics dead well when she's sleeping. But only when she's. Well, we just had her snack. We did some running around. We got some pats. We had a bath. It's nap time.
I woke her up. I'm sorry. Ow. Yeah. Okay. Ow. 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 Yes. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I woke you.
Damn straight.
Sorry, Phaedra.
Now I have to clean myself again.
Oh, it's dirty human.
That's how that works for cats. She gets mad when I wake up and gotta go to the bathroom in the morning. I'm like, excuse me, my bed. I get up and go to the bathroom whenever I want, buddy.
All right.
Do you
You want
remember
to show
what?
off your shawl?
Yes, I cast it on today during Knit Club. I'm not super ecstatic with how I've done it. I've done I-cord cast on before. So I think I'm going to pull it out and do it again because my I-cord cast on could be just a shoot ton better. Shoot is not the word I wanted to use there. So, I've got it, and I've got my first colorway started, but I haven't made it to the end of my first section. But like this part in here could be a lot neater, right at the bottom, and I'm not happy with it, so I'm pulling it out. But this is my first cast on.
I was so worried that mine was going to do that, which is why I pulled it out the first time, and then the second time I'm like, just give her, and it.
Yeah. Well, it's a small thing, and I know it's not going to be noticeable when the shawl's finished, but I know it's there, and it bugs me because I know it's not. I know I can do it, so it's not there. So I'm going to pull it out and get rid of it. This is one of my Dye for You skeins, but I don't remember the colorway, which is why I'm going to sit down tonight and link all the colorways on my project page.
That one was.
To
Now
the
that was a
post.
campfire.
Oh, you're right.
I type out the show notes every week, so I know these things.
I don't. It's grey, and it's got some purples in there and some reds. They're hidden in the cake at the moment, but they will show up. So that's my color A. So this is going to be my break knitting when taking a break from my dragon fingers. Which will make sense when you see next week's episode and you see my mom shawl.
Tune in next week.
Tune in next
For dragon fingers.
For dragon fingers.
Not chicken fingers.
No, why have
Very
chicken
different.
fingers when you can have dragon fingers?
Yeah.
My mom had a bumper sticker in our car for years that says be wary of dragons, for humans are crunchy and taste good with ketchup.
Okay. I'm concerned now.
For my mom's 40th birthday, I bought her a tattoo session, and my mom got tattooed at 40. Now, you have to understand, my mom let me get tattooed at 16. So tattoos aren't a thing in our house. If you want it, that's fine. It had to be something you loved or you couldn't change about yourself. My first tattoo was my zodiac sign. I cannot change my birth date. That is my birth date. I was born that day. I am a fish. That's how it works. My mom has always loved dragons since she was a small person. So at 40, she felt fairly comfortable getting a dragon tattooed on her because she still really loves dragons, and we call her the dragon around the house. Which is totally fine. So she has a dragon that sits just below her bra strap on her back.
Nice.
Which is really funny because me and my sister have copies of the dragon, and my sister's is skeletal and mine's all shaded out. And in my case, it's been incorporated because I have a back tattoo that I'm getting finished and pieced together. So it's going to be somewhere in that motif because I'm the child of a dragon.
Nice.
Which is
I think
something
that's
I can't.
That's really.
Yeah, it's an
really
homage
good.
to my mom and my mom's preferences for heritage. And the fact that we are all massive dragon fans. You don't understand. My dad had to drive from where he lived in Saskatoon to Edmonton to get my mom and his granddaughter the first run of toothless stuffies from Build-A-Bear. He actually called down to Edmonton, had them hold it, took a day off work, and went and got them for them. That is how big into dragons my family is. And then called and apologized to me and my sister because they couldn't hold 4. They only had 2 left the day they came out.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and me and my sister went, it's okay. We'll be fine.
That is a level of obsession that I do not have for anything.
That's why I have that 4.5-foot tall stuffed dragon in the sewing room for repair work and a sweater. I'll be knitting a dragon sweater. This is actually going to get a Christmas cardigan.
That's amazing.
Which is, by the way, about a newborn 6-month size. Somewhere in there.
Perfect.
So, done. I'm trying out a couple sweater patterns on the stuffed dragon. And then the dragon's going home to my mom, because that's who owns the dragon. Right now, he's sitting on my cutting table, because where else do you put a 4.5-foot tall stuffy? It's
very
big!
dragon. It is a large dragon.
It's a big stuffy. Which my dad saw when we lived in Brandon on display in a store and convinced the manager to sell it to him. For my mom for an anniversary present one year. We've
Wow.
had that thing for more than almost 20 years. Dad'll be 10, 15 years old now. Easily.
Wow, that's quite the dragon.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been around for a while. Anyway, I got sidetracked. But yeah, everybody else is making amazing progress. So, like, if you want to see some stunning progress, check out the Instagram hashtag Across the Prairies Cow or the Cozy Up Knits, because 2 of the sisters from that are doing it, Jamie and Chrissy. Which, Chrissy, don't worry. I also not done brioche, because clearly they watch. We will be learning together. You got the ladies from A Tale of Two Knitters, which is Dina and Jenny. And then the ladies from Feathered Stitches, who I had their names and they're gone now. This is why you don't let Jocelyn name things.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I'm a jerk. I forgot. Anyway.
All these lovely podcasts
They're
will
doing
be
great.
linked in the show notes.
Super great. It's one of the ones where, like, the ladies from the On the Lamb podcast, I don't dare try to pronounce your names because I will do it wrong. I listen and I stop and I say it and I'm like, nope, that's not right. Crud.
Mm-hmm.
Just wait till I start taking Latin. I think I have pronunciation issues now.
Oh my.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But that's it for my Willy Workings. She's mid-drink, you guys.
Mm-hmm.
I was outside in the sun. I'm cooling off. Now I'm getting tired. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, nap time.
My back hurts. As I say into my cleavage.
We have some yarn on the go.
You have yarn on the go.
I have yarn on the go. Well,
This week, I will have yarn on the go.
well, I mean, we both
Because I have
just
to
came
sit
in.
around for like an hour and a half while waiting to be picked up after I get my spinning wheel this week. Because I can't bus home with all that stuff.
Yeah.
So
No.
thankfully, a girlfriend's able to come pick me up. She's done her mixed martial arts. I'm like, thank you so much. Lady's kindly driving it into the city for me. She's gonna demonstrate on it. Super okay with that because I'm buying a refurbished Ashford traditional, and then I'm gonna go down to Health Sciences Center to pick it up. I don't want to bus home, which is like, for me, it's like, well, okay. Busing in the city of Winnipeg takes you an hour if you live in the suburbs. That is just a rule of thumb.
Yep.
You live in any suburb district, it's going to take you an hour or more to get anywhere. Because you have to get out of your suburb to your hub, and then from your hub to where you're going. Now, I can do it in under an hour to get to Diana's apartment, because Diana's apartment's on the way to the hub.
In fact.
Otherwise, super screwed.
Mm-hmm.
In this case, I have to go downtown, transfer downtown, and then go farther out. So then I'd have to turn around and come back with a spinning wheel. I have a blind lady cane. I have a visual mobility cane. You guys will have seen it in some of the Instagram shots, or if you follow my personal Instagram, you'll see my cane shows up quite regularly in there. And yes, I will start YouTubing about being visually impaired. Everyone says I need to do this.
Yes.
I got some good stories. So I'm not going to be able to have my backpack, have my cane, get on and off the bus, and carry a spinning wheel. We've now run across physics issue.
Yeah.
So I was like, nope, that's great. I will figure it out. She's kindly driving it in from the city. I will figure out how to get this home. And we got it done, and I immediately got on the phone, and I immediately texted one of my girlfriends and went, so what are you doing on Tuesday? Say, like, after 1. She's like, finishing jujitsu. I'll be free around 3. Great! I'll hang out at the hospital. Why? Because that's where my spinning wheel's going to be on Tuesday, and I want to own it. She's like, done. I will finish and be quick and come get you. I'm like, thank you so much. I'm going to buy oil for it, too.
I'm excited for your spinning wheel.
I'm so pumped,
I'm
you
excited
guys.
to just come and pet your spinning wheel.
Yeah, you can try it out. Well, you let me try out your electric spinning wheel for like a month and a half. I will totally let you try out my spinning wheel.
Okay.
It's excited. 1 treadle. And it's coming with the original instructions, which I might just frame because it's delightfully amusing to me, and a knick-knacky and extra spindles. So it is a beautiful, beautiful thing. And she collects them and she gives them homes and she restores them, and they're just delightful. We will link her in the show notes because she's got stuff. But the card is now currently on my fireplace. We would have done this sooner, but I put the card somewhere safe, so it took me 3 freaking weeks to find the thing again. Like my grandmother. Ugh.
All right. We will.
That was a super big segue, but I'm
Yeah.
so excited because that's my yarn on the go next week. I'm gonna be knitting at the hospital, and I'll have been there not for me. Which is like never the case.
Maybe you should just like twist your ankle on the way in to give it more.
Do not convince my klutziness that it needs to show up right this instant. It can stay away.
That's why I said twist your ankle, not break it.
Yeah. Well, I gotta be in it as a Cordy on the 26th for another RP test, so I'll be super duper blind.
Fun.
Yep.
Okay, so places our yarn actually went. Our yarn went to your front yard.
Yes, our yarn took a visit to my front yard.
Yep.
We were going to go to the St. Vital Park, but then it was kind of maybe rain, maybe not rain, so we just decided to park ourselves in my front yard, which is fine. Yeah. I live on a quiet suburbia street, like, done, not a problem.
It was just as quiet as the park, probably.
Just as quiet as the park would have been, and we sat out, and we were closer to a bathroom.
Yep.
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
So we sat out, and we knitted for a couple of hours.
It was really nice.
And had sandwiches, chatted.
Yep.
And it was delightful. Now I have to start wrangling cats to make August's date happen.
Yep.
This is my life, folks.
I appreciate
Oh my gosh, we were supposed to talk about Christmas presents. Well,
oh, goodness.
Guess what I'm going to be bugging everybody with this week? I might actually make a date for it and just randomly pick a date in December and make everyone start talking about it on Facebook so it's written down somewhere. That might actually work out better for some people.
It's probably smart.
Oh, thinking. And I won't remember to do this till I'm editing it later. So, future Jocelyn, you're welcome. Sincerely, past Jocelyn. Oy vey.
Other yarning of the go. We had D&D on Tuesday.
We did. I wasn't able to make it because I had to go out to transport.
Right, I'm like, you were totally at D&D on Tuesday.
I had to Google Hangout in.
Yes, you video chatted in, and so you were there, kind of.
The appointment took twice as long as it should have, and I got stuck on the wrong side of the train busing home.
Oh.
Well, I I wasn't going to make it, so I go, which worked out perfectly because we were able to run later,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm the early bird, which meant I could just literally crawl into bed from there. So I may do that on our weeknights. I may just Google
Totally
in,
understand.
and then that way we can run later, which works good for you guys, but doesn't work for me. And then I can just literally crawl into bed when we're done. So I think I might just do that when we can go back to weekends. Our DM works weekends right now because he works at the Assiniboine Park Zoo, and this is the busy season for them, which is so okay. But if we do that on weeknights, then that's just one less hassle we have to worry about.
Smart.
We might do that. And the Google Hangout worked out fine because one of our other players is out in BC. Both of us were on the same chat, and it was fine.
I think it worked out quite well.
Mm-hmm.
The other place was I did more role playing on my usual Thursdays at work, except it wasn't D&D this week. We were trying out Shadowrun.
Oh, Shadowrun's nice.
Yeah, so I got a lot of none of us had ever played before, and it was one of the people that's usually a player was trying out running the game.
Oh, cool! That
So that was
good.
But we were trying to use these quick start rules, and the quick start rules were missing a couple of important points. Luckily, somebody had a rule book, so there was a lot of reading the rule book. All this to say, it took a lot longer to do stuff that shouldn't have taken that long.
That's normal when you're starting a new system.
Which was fine, because we're all friends, we're conversing, whatever, all people were looking up rules. But it meant that I got a lot of knitting done.
Is another Age of Atlantis.
Age of Atlantis.
It is a really, really cheesy RPG system. It is beautifully, beautifully broken, so if you take it with a big old grain of salt and have fun with it, it was an absolute delight. We didn't have a ton of sessions when I ran it the last time because we just couldn't get it work, which is not uncommon for RPG groups. But I would love to run another one because it just and we were all ridiculous off the wall, and that's how it should be in my mind. Because if you're gonna have that kind of a campaign, have that kind of campaign. But yeah, I think I need to talk to one of my primary players that I would invite, though, is off working in the hydro dams up north. So I don't know how that would work because he's only down once every couple of months. And he legit and should spend time with his partner.
Yep.
She will converse with total rights to it. I don't know. I'll figure it out, but I think it'd be too much fun not to. I think that's gonna have to happen. I will loan you the RPG book if you want to flip through it at some point because it is.
Yeah,
it is.
do that.
Oh yeah, it's delightful.
So one other thing I wanted to... So Shadowrun, I'm just going to tell a very quick amusing
What,
story.
Dude, I just babbled on and on about my new spinning wheel. That I don't even... It's my new to me. It's my new old hot stuff.
Yep.
I have another one. You have no idea how pumped I am. Just in time for Tour de Fleece, which I think is this week.
You're right.
That's
exciting.
Super unintentional. I might do it anyway. Because I'm that level of crazy.
That's for Stash Dash, right?
I would count for a video for our Patreon because we
would.
have someone who did a $5 donation.
Oh, yeah.
Which is amazing.
Yeah.
So I'm like, whew, done.
People like...
So pumped to do extra.
One people, at least.
It all helps. Every bit helps.
Thank you.
It's
Thank you.
super appreciated. Yeah, I gotta get the thank you email stuff set up and I got some other admin stuff to do, but it means I have a reason to create bonus content this month, so I'm kind of excited.
Right, so Shadowrun.
Yes.
Is a near-ish future sort of deal. It's 2070 something. I was playing a Decker, which is basically a hacker, except you can like jack into like the Matrix and like I'm pretty sure this game was invented in the 80s, so a lot of the terms are like very 80s tech sounding, like a Decker because you had like a cyber deck and you had to have a jack, and now it's all wireless in-game. Anyway, so I'm the hacker player, and this entire intro adventure was taking place in basically a future McDonald's.
Okay. With
all this shifty kind of meat substitute food, so we're
like the anime world does with Whack Arnold's.
I've never noticed that.
It's so they can get around the copyright rules for McDonald's.
Nice. So
I watch a lot of anime, guys.
what was going on in the game? Oh yeah, so we were trying to keep a low profile because we were like scoping out this mob boss kind of guy. So we ordered some food and we sat down and ate the food, and then we had to make a constitution roll.
Yes.
Hackers have basically no constitution. I spent a great deal of the session in the bathroom.
Yep.
Which was okay because everything's wireless and I can hack just fine from the bathroom.
Oh, heavens.
I took control of those turret guns.
Whole new meaning to taking your work too seriously. whole new meaning. Oh
From
my.
the bathroom, I was
From the
able
bathroom.
to hack into the security system, disable it, and take over the turret guns. So it was
I was
all fine.
watching Gossip Girl and writing blog posts this week. I feel like my week's less exciting than yours.
So, if you play Shadowrun, don't eat the food.
Don't eat the food. Check.
Don't eat the food.
Whoa.
Okay. Yeah, that was totally about knitting. How about you talk about some sewing?
Maybe you're going to use me to stay on topic?
Yep.
Sure, Diana. When are you going to start sewing?
Shush you. Soon.
You only
maybe.
currently have, what, 2 sewing machines sitting on your floor in your office?
No, I gave one back. I only have one.
Okay.
But I still have all the fabric that you nicely washed and folded for me. And all the everything. I have
The
everything.
things
I
I
have
do for this
literally
woman.
everything.
The things
except
I
the
do
time.
for this woman. The things. Well, we're going to start you off with, like, circle skirts and things that are
Yep.
are really easy to do, so.
I even have
So
the
better.
patterns.
I know
like
you
I
do.
have the pattern and everything.
You're ready to go.
Everything.
You just haven't called me to sit down and do it.
When the shawl's done. So many things are gonna happen when the shawl's done.
Your wedding.
I'm gonna start a million things when the shaw's done.
Your wedding.
Well, yes, after the wedding, I'm gonna start a million things.
What was it telling your work friend who is joined Knit Club today? I'm like, hi, I'm where she spends the rest of her time.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't know where your fiance thinks you are because you're never home. You're out with me or you're doing work stuff.
Pretty much.
Oh boy. You needed a new super needy best friend in like your late 20s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, with a cat.
Yeah.
My cat's cuddly.
Yes, she is. I don't know, it might be kind of weird if you started getting cuddly.
It would be really
A
weird.
little bit weird.
Starting with, it would be weird. I'm not an overly cuddly person. Which is great because Red comes in and gets hugs all the time. Except I don't see her, so then all of a sudden I have somebody right there and I'm like, oh, hello. Oh, it's hug time. Okay. I'm fine with hugs. I don't initiate them very often.
Same.
Mind you, I miss handshake and high fives and people wave at me and I don't see that either. So I'm not entirely sure we can take that seriously. Maybe I should become a hugger because I can see those. Seems like a really good argument to be a hugger. Ooh, we're stretching. We're super comfy.
Yep.
This week I cut out the lining for my gray full buster coat. And I started putting my lining together. And we're still not at a point where I can put it on. I have my front panels attached at the shoulders. I have my back is finished. My sides are getting ready to be attached. And then I got some sleeves that I have to insert and put together. Once the lining is done, I can put the lining on because it's also my prep because it's done in lining fabric. So if I have to do it again, it's not the end of the world.
Mm-hmm.
To check to make sure I've done all my math properly. It's coming together like a coat. It's roughly the same size all of the other coats I've made myself are, so we should be fine.
Good.
So I'm going to put that on, make sure all of my hemming's correct, and then I'm going to do it again in the good fabric, which will take less time because then I've already gone through the pattern once.
Yep.
Then it's connecting the two, and then some edging details, and I'm done. An invisible pocket. So I can put my phone in my pocket.
Mm-hmm.
And then I can blow through your guys's and somehow magically crochet a scarf and make a messenger bag in the next 3 weeks.
I believe in you.
Oh Lord.
I believe in you.
I've also been making my bags for my Etsy shop. So I've been production lining it like I orc paint. So I currently have 6 giant rectangles sewn. And I'm going to put them together to make origami market bags. So I need to finish that. So that's not too bad. My biggest problem in the sewing room is that the sewing machine does not frighten Phaedra. So she tries to help me sew. But if I turn on the air filter, she hates the air filter and will stay away from the sewing machine. So to sew without any complications, I have to have my earbuds in so I can hear my phone, which is generally reading an audiobook to me, or listening to a podcast. With the air filter on to run the sewing machine and not have the cat underfoot.
You're a very good helper.
Well, I have to lock her in the bedroom if I want to cut fabric.
I think our episode photo for the week would be the one that I just took of her regarding my knitting.
That's totally fair.
You'll see.
I hope you guys like cats.
And if you don't, well, too bad. There's cats.
I'm sorry. I love cats. I'm a cat mommy. It's a thing. So, that's it for the sewing for this week. So end of next week, I should have a bunch of finished bags and a finished coat.
Cool.
Lots to do. Little time to do it in. I have a little bit less school stuff this coming week because I just handed in a whole bunch of assignments, so I'm waiting to get marks back on those. So
Nice.
those are weeks when I take a bit more time off school and don't do as much work. And do other things instead. Like apparently start a personal YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't have enough stuff to do today.
That's fine. It's fine. Cool.
That's it for so little time.
How about some wool gathering?
I've already babbled about my Ashford traditional.
Okay. I'm going to babble slightly about...
$900 Canadian new. That's not a cheap endeavor. And I'm
No.
paying a fair bit for the refurbished one. And I'm super happy with buying a refurbished one. Super happy.
So this week at Work Craft Club, one of the ladies brought henna, which was super
that's
cool.
Right.
So I doodled on myself.
Doodled on myself.
I doodled on myself.
Fair.
And I learned some stuff about henna. Because she's East Indian heritage, so she was like telling us all the stuff about henna, because it's just been part of her life. So she told us all about the different designs and like how to kind of stick them together and like stuff like that. So the back of my hand I did on Thursday. One of the things I learned was the presence of heat as the henna is drying makes it last longer and like be darker and all that stuff. So
Deepens the pigmentation.
yes, that's what I'm going for.
Okay.
So this back of my hand I did on Thursday indoors while my hand was cold in the air conditioning. The bit on my finger I did on Friday while I was sitting outside, and you can see it's way darker. This part that I did in the sunlight while my hand was warm versus the part that I did while my hand was cold. So
Always
that was an
liked
interesting thing. Yeah, so I'm quite enjoying that. Let's cover your face.
Oh, that's okay.
Anyway, henna, that's fun. The other thing that I did this week that is craft related is I finished the hair vine for my wedding.
Woohoo!
So a hair vine, in case you don't know what a hair vine is envision one of those trendy, messy bridal hairstyles that's like a braid, but it's like super messy, and there's excuse me.
Sparkles?
There's like a chain, like a beaded thing that sort of looks like a branch, and like there's little beads, is like little.
Don't worry, guys. I'll get photos.
I have photos. We can.
We'll take photos on the wedding day.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Probably some
Because
Instagram posts that'll be up
There'll
before.
be some Instagram posts of the back of your hair and your shawl together.
Oh yes.
Because that shawl is getting photographed like nobody's business.
I'm gonna do some Instagram posts this week of the pictures I took on the weekend of doing the hair vine.
Absolutely.
Anyway, so this thing's got gold wire and jade leaves and colored pearls. So this thing is gorgeous, and it's also longer than your average hair vine because my hair is almost knee length, so it's going to be very long.
She sits on her hair.
Yeah. If my hair was down right now, Jocelyn would be sitting on it.
It's true, I would.
Yeah.
Kind of glad it's not down right now because I always feel like a bit of an ass when I sit on your hair. I was like, crikeys.
So yes,
I'm a good
beading.
friend.
Jewelrying, beading, jewelrying.
Should have bought us those moccasin kits.
Well, we know where to get some.
I know. I'm going to because I want moccasin kits.
There was tons there too. So.
Perfect. I need to commission a pair of giant mucklucks. I want Jocelyn knee-length mucklucks.
Oh man, those would be gorgeous.
So nice.
Glorious.
They're gonna cost me like $500. Don't care.
$500 would
care.
be cheap.
Don't care. Well, they usually run like $300 to $400, and I need an extra
No, that's true.
inch and a height and stuff, like an inch to 2 inches in height. So
They
that's
are an
extra for
investment in winter
extra
wear.
weather, which is fine because if you invest in a good pair,
They last
they
forever.
last you for a very long time, and they are effing warm. And they're nice and low to the ground, so I can feel the ground underneath me. So they hit all the markers. I'm also Métis, so I don't feel like I'm inappropriately using anybody's heritage but my own.
Fair.
So
Can-
I think
can
it'll
I-
go great with my winter coat that's going to go below my knees.
Can I appropriate some heritage that's good for cold weather?
Yes,
Okay.
do it up. Do not be cold in the winter if you don't have to be. I also really like going out for like 45-minute to an hour and 30-minute long walks in -30. So I dress warm for a reason. I want a reason to come inside and have hot chocolate.
Fair. So we got some yarn.
We did. Is it time to show off the pretties? Because
Time
you
to show
haven't
off I've been
seen
so
them yet.
patient. I put it
know.
at the very
Good
end.
idea.
I've been
No
so
idea.
patient. I'm so excited there's this box here. And hi cat. this box, and I'm really excited to see what's in the box.
I know the cat can tell you're excited.
Okay.
Penny from Creek Garden Crafts, who is an amazing dyer of Pima cotton yarns, and I am a fan of Pima cotton yarn to start with because I like knitting in cotton. It's nice and lightweight. Got a hold of us on Instagram and said, "Hey, can I send you guys a prize for your Cross the Prairie Cal?" And I said, yeah. I would love to give away your yarn to a lucky winner. So, guys, if you were contemplating, get in. Get in. The prizes are coming.
Oh, hi, Kat.
She's
excited to open the box too.
She wants in the box. And
Oh,
she's
I
mad
see.
because I haven't opened up the box for her to play in.
Ouch! She's pointy.
She is pointy.
She didn't actually hurt me. She surprised me.
So inside this wonderful, pretty tissue paper.
Oh my goodness.
She didn't just send yarn for the prize cow. She sent this for you guys, which is a copy of the Drop 'em Like It's Hot 2 skein pattern from the Cozy Up with the Stitchin' Sisters, or Cozy Up Knits, and 2 colorways, as well as a card and a little bracelet in her Pima cotton. And like, pardoning the crinkles, check out that pink. And
gorgeous.
is it a gray or a purple?
Purple.
Purple. Pink, purple, and white is your
it's like
speckled variegated skein.
It's like a hot raspberry pink and lavender purple.
I'm opening this up later and I'm writing down the colorway names and I'm ordering some for myself because this is freaking gorgeous. And I was talking to my mom when I opened up the box because I thought this was my last refill for my makeup kit because I'm a makeup artist. So I was like, oh look, great, my new stuff's in, right? And I open up like, no, it's yarn, it's even better. My mom was super excited. She's like, good for you girls. So she was super pumped.
Oh, so the hot pink raspberry colored yarn is called Hibiscus.
Hibiscus.
And I can't see on the other one without actually opening it up.
Watch this. Box goes off screen. Oh, I'm
it's
sorry.
upside
It's
down.
upside down, Phaedra. Can you figure out how to get it right side up?
Or she'll just sit on it, or she'll look disgusted at it.
Oh, she'll be disgusted at it. I'll go fix that in a moment. So those need to happen. But she was so kind. She sent us skeins as well. Squeak. You've never knitted in cotton.
Not very much, no.
No. So there is a skein for me and a skein for you. And you can let people know the colorway on that one.
Speckled Jewels.
It's
and
really
it
pretty.
is primarily white with some various shades of pink and purple and kind of a dark tealy blue speckle.
Which is perfect because those are really close to the colors we have on our podcast labels. And she sent us each a bracelet.
Aww.
A little Canadian leaf in there. It's a maple leaf. It's really pretty. So there's your bracelet.
So pretty.
I love the bracelet. Won't lie. My niece will probably abscond with that.
I'm going to open the crinkly plastic and put on the bracelet.
That's fine. I took ours out of the crinkly plastic so it wouldn't be all the crinkle all the time. And then she sent us a little card with alpaca on it. Alpaca or llama?
Llama? I don't know. What's the difference?
I don't know either. But they're cute and they're 3D because they're kind of squishy.
Hey Google, what's the difference between an alpaca and a llama?
Did my Google hear you?
On the website openher.com, they say, llamas have long banana-shaped ears, while alpacas have shorter spear-shaped ears. There really
Alpaca.
are a lot of differences between llamas and alpacas.
There you go.
The llama is roughly twice the size of the alpaca.
I think it's a llama.
Yeah, there we go. Now we know. She sent a wonderful little handwritten card.
Shall I read it out?
I don't think there's anything in there we can't say. Thank you, Penny. That was a freaking delight this week. I didn't think it would come that quick.
Ruthie Knits Podcast, Jocelyn and Diana. Thank you for letting me gift you a prize for your knit-along. I hope you enjoy trying out my Pima cotton. The single skein would be perfect for the triple treat shawls. Happy knitting, Penny. Thank you.
Having said that, Mom agrees we need to go drop some serious money on some Pima cotton, and so we're going to order some stuff because most of my cotton knitting is for my mom and for me. So we're going to.
Stop.
I've been looking at my shawl of we're thinking because I want to do the Comfort Fade Cardi, which is a fingering weight shawl, a fingering weight cardigan, but my mom can't wear wool, so we're thinking about getting one for her in the Pima cotton so that she can wear it and have it in the summertime and not be too warm. So, yeah, super excited. I have no idea what I'm going to make with this. I already have a triple treat shawl, and I have another one started that I need to finish in the next few weeks.
Mine might be a triple
So-
treat shawl. Right now, it's going to be
A necklace?
Yep.
Duly noted. So
there we go.
super stoked. Again, Pima cotton is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful
This
beast.
does feel beautiful.
Knit with it, folks. Trust me.
Okay, this is going to be a lace something.
And
Probably
it's
a triple treat.
it's so nice to knit with. It is so enjoyable. Well, my starting point shawl that I'm going to finish is part of Stash Dash. 2/3 of it. I have one skein of super wash merino.
Right.
All my other 4 colors are cotton. I enjoy Pima cotton. So super stoked. That was exciting. That, and I need to order at least
All of that.
all of that.
All of the that
all of
kit.
all of the prize kit that I need
Yeah,
to order
that,
and make one of those. So
Yeah.
that's going to happen. Expect an order shortly.
My goodness, this is so pretty. I don't want to show the back of this thing because that would give away all the secret sauce of the pattern, but it has pictures of the finished objects in 2 different colors, and
Mhm. It does it with the drop stitches, which I quite enjoy because they're quite a bit of fun to knit. So super stoked by that. It's great. So wonderful. Super grateful, and
this feels so good.
I can't wait to see what the winner thinks. I have no idea. We don't even have an FO thread. This is a 3-month-long cal. I'm not putting an FO thread up yet. You will get one later,
We do have a chatter thread though.
which is good.
At we're Northern Knits Podcast on Ravelry.
We are,
We have many threads for many things.
as it should be. I now have
Yep.
tissue paper underneath my tripod. I really feel like I need to take a photo of this so people understand the mess that is recording a podcast.
Yep.
Yes, I will go fix the box. You can climb in the box.
Poor
It's a
Phaedra
thing.
can't get in the box.
Can't get in the box. But that was the big prize the big surprise that came in this week. So it was super delightful.
Thank you.
Having said that, I had to check to see where my makeup was. It's in Calgary. Okay.
What's it doing in Calgary?
I don't know, but that's where it came over the border, so
Oh,
that's fine.
okay.
It's
Seems like a
coming.
weird
It's
place.
coming from California, so.
I guess that's less weird.
Hey, the stuff from Ontario beat it here. Hey,
That
we're
makes
winning.
sense.
We're winning.
At
Well, the stuff from Southern California beat the stuff from Ontario. Stuff from Northern California is still on its way.
Cat, what are you doing? Got a cat in here too now. It's just a mess. Look at this mess.
You're gonna make some noise if you walk on that.
Yep, she's making noise.
You don't care, do you? I didn't think so, cat brain. But I think that's it for us. No, events.
Events. Got to talk about our events
We
quickly.
gotta talk about things that we're doing. We've talked about the Across the Prairies Cal.
Yep.
That's running till the end of September.
Yep.
We're currently participating in Stash Dash, which runs till the 27th of August.
Yep.
We're both making great strides in our goals. Mine's 15K or above, and Diana's is 5 this year? Or 3 this year?
I think 3 because
Oh
the
yeah,
shawl
because
is
last
half
year
of
it was 1K, this year you're doing 3K. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm finishing the shawl, and that's 1.5 all on its own, plus some socks, so
Yeah.
3.
So yeah, no, that makes sense. And then other than that, I'm thinking
Hey,
I'm
Tom.
going to, because I want to do the Chrissy shawl. I want to get it done really shortly. I'm going to jump in on the Grocery Girls Canada make along. So you get entries for Canadian designer, and I'm using the Chrissy shawl from the Cozy Up Knits designers who are Canadian. I'm using Midnight Cravings yarn, which is a Canadian dyer. So I will get 3, and because I'll get an entry for the item, and then 2 additional entries because Canadian and Canadian. So doing that. Oh, she wanted the bowl. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So doing that. So I think I'm going to jump in on that, and I have been planning sweaters because super huge garment kick right now. I have my Knit Picks order for my flat white. I'm going to do a Barocco vintage order for. I was watching the Cozy Up Knit Girls, and they're doing the Harvest cardigan, which has been on my to-do list forever.
That is a nice one.
And I'm like, I need to order and start making baby knits. So that's got to happen. I have way too many girlfriends who have just had babies or are having babies. And I'm like, man.
Yep.
I'm tired of doing blankets. I'm going to start making sweaters. And the dragon needs some sweaters. Those are baby size too. So I'm going to do a big Barocco vintage order and get in some yarn. So if I'm ordering in for small people, I'm going to also order a quantity's worth for myself. So I will make myself a couple cardigans because, man, do I love me a fall cardigan. Necklace looks really good, my dear.
It actually does. Maybe I'll just leave it like that. It's
Maybe?
a big statement piece. Just put on a big pendant like right here. It's a statement.
Sure. We'll
It
go
says
with
something.
That. It does say something.
It does say something.
Not sure if it says what you want it to, but it says something. Other than that, we've got stuff happening in September. We're going to the Manitoba Fiber Festival in the middle of September.
Mhm.
And at the end of September, we're flying out to BC for Knit City. So we are busy bees, and your wedding's in August.
Mm-hmm.
So
Month and a bit away.
yeah, we're at that point almost, aren't we?
I've been saying it periodically over the week, so the anxiety that grips me when I say that is a little bit less now.
Okay.
It's more real to me now that I can say that it's next month, because it's like this weird adult thing over there somewhere.
You've been an adult for years.
Yeah, I'm just feeling it this year.
Years. Okay.
I'm feeling like we're an actual adult this year for some
Okay.
reason. I don't know.
You've been an adult since you were 18. That's been a while now.
Yeah, but I actually feel like one now.
Okay. Just wait till you get to say you're married, but one of your friends you spend a lot of time with who is, I'm not insignificantly older than you, isn't married. That'll be weird.
Why would that be weird?
Because it's weird. People are like, oh, you're not, and everyone's like, oh, but you're not married. I'm like, no, I'm not. I also don't have kids. I have a niece, and I like nieces, and I like nephews, and I'm happy with that.
Oh, did we talk about Year of the Sock?
Oh, no, we did not. That's the other one that we're super being shown up on.
Yes. Keep showing us up. So Year of the Sock, there is a finished objects thread every month on our Ravelry group where you post a pair of finished socks, and at the end of the year you'll be, every pair of finished socks gets you an entry into our draw for a prize we haven't built yet, but we should probably start thinking about that soon because that's coming up.
I've been thinking about it. I've already been making plans.
Oh, good. Perfect.
I just need you to be past your wedding so your brain's free.
Yes.
Brain's not free. Look,
Brain
I have
not
a
free.
massive beard. And stash. Moustache. Sorry, I'm done. You guys have been out in the sun. I can't be held accountable for what comes out of my mouth.
I was talking about Year of the Sock.
You were. I
Knit
was
a pair,
distracting you.
knit a pair of adult socks.
Every month.
Yeah.
You get an entry. You knit more than one pair. You get more than one entry.
Mm-hmm.
You do it all month long, like you do the entire year. You get extra entries. Like
Mm-hmm.
I've got a spreadsheet.
So keep showing us up. We're doing a terrible job.
I gotta go back to the daily challenges. This monthly one's just, I am struggling.
So keep doing better than us at our own knit along.
Hey, I'm learning how to knit socks, so my goal will be complete. Whether or not I have 12 pairs at the end of the year, we will see. I'm gonna try really hard though.
I feel like I made great strides with adding the cable to this pair of socks.
Yes, you did.
Yeah,
Because I said you had to try something different.
I did different. It's even in French. Les chaussettes de la Schtroumpfette. That's a French pattern. It's a free
next,
pattern. It's French.
Once I'm done these ones, I gotta do some not plain vanilla socks. Because now I've got a pattern recipe that I love. I need to go take a look at the patterns that I've been saving to my Ravelry favorites and start picking those up. And trying those. Like vanilla is the new black. Hermione's every day. Ones you hear about all the time that I haven't tried. So I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the handmade socks that I've accomplished. I'm enjoying the one hand crocheted winter booty sock I have that I've not finished the other one for. Should do that. It's in the stash pile.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I figure whatever I don't get finished at stash, if I'm not attached to it, I'm frogging it.
That seems entirely reasonable.
So we'll see where I sit with my stuff at the end of the year. Because there's some things where it's like, no, I want to get it done, and I've been held back for the last couple of weeks. So I really still want to finish them. I just run out of time for stash. I'll keep them, but ones I'm ambivalent about, I'm frogging. So
Fair.
That seems the way to go.
Do you believe that wraps us up for the week?
That is. We'll have more stuff. There's always more stuff.
Mm-hmm. Should like, subscribe, follow us on Instagram and Facebook and Ravelry. Join our Ravelry group. We're Northern Knits Podcast everywhere.
We are Northern Knits Podcast everywhere. Show notes are at northernknitspodcast.com.
And you can email us at northernknitspodcast@gmail.com.
Absolutely. I know it's a pain in the butt, but if you listen to us, please write a review. Please, please. I know I hate doing them, and I listen to a lot of podcasts. It does help.
It does.
Yeah.
We also have a Patreon link, which you set up, so I'll let you talk about that.
Our Patreon is set up and live. Every dollar that everyone is able to give us goes towards creating more and better content. So it helps fund cameras, lighting, microphones, gifts, more giveaways, more cows. It just lets us do more and go farther and do bigger. So that is the same thing that the affiliate link from Amazon will do as well too. So
yes.
It's all to help us look prettier for camera. No.
I mean, kind of technically, yes.
Technically, that is actually how that's going to work. So it allows us to do a bit more for you guys, which is sort of the ultimate goal in the end now.
Yep.
And then we've got a couple of subscriber giveaways coming up. We've got almost 500 followers on Instagram. So once that happens, I will do an Instagram giveaway.
Mm-hmm.
And then the same when we hit 500 for YouTube. And then we're sort of moving along the way with that as well too. So that's exciting, guys. This is on my markers to go pick up shortly. Is some prize stuff for that. Gotta get that done. My cat is depressed. The box is the wrong way up. So I will say until next week, I'm Jocelyn.
And I'm Diana.
And no matter where your week takes you, don't forget to knit.
Shall we turn the box right side up?
Oh my god, we're gonna get a look if we don't. Yes, we're coming.